I'm Zahar Osman, the Director, Center for Teaching, Thinking and Innovation, or CENTI. Welcome to our program at CENTI. Thank you for your interest in our program. The title of the program is How Parents Could Guide Their Children to Develop Problem-Solving Skills and Higher Order Thinking in Mathematics at Home. First of all, I would like to list down the topics that will be discussed in our program. First part of the program will be on what is hot. So I will explain to parents what is higher order thinking, hot or higher order thinking. This is in line with the policy of the Ministry of Education, where school-based assessment and HOT were introduced to schools since, if not mistaken, since 2013. Yeah? And it was meant to develop critical and creative thinking among learners in our school. And here I will be explaining to parents what is hot, what is important, why is that hot very important for our children. Okay, that is the first part of the program. The second part of the program is about knowing what is it, what is mathematics. Of course, if we know mathematics, then we will be able to guide our children accordingly. So what you want to know is what is mathematics from mathematician point of view or from the mathematician perspectives. Okay? Now the way we perceive mathematics will influence the way we approach mathematics to help our children at home. Then I'll go into explaining what is mathematics education. I'm not trying to explain very difficult theories or theorems in mathematics. It's just that to explain the basic idea what is mathematics education. Next, we go into discussing what is education. There are several perspectives about education. From the layman point of view, from the Western perspectives, from the Islamic perspectives. So we're going to go into it and know more about what is education. For some people, education is about passing examinations, getting their children to get A's in every exam. But I don't think so. That is all about education. You'll see in our program. I'll give you a very clear view of what is education. This will help parents to view mathematics education better. Next part of our discussion, next topic will be on what is difference between teaching and educating. When you teach mathematics, what do you expect from our children? And you educate your children in mathematics. Of course, there'll be much better outcomes, and we'll see what are the outcomes of such activities where we educate our children in mathematics. Right, next part is in our discussion will be to help parents to assess your children's mathematics, your children's ability in mathematics, to see whether which area in mathematics they are weak in. For example, some may be weak in procedures or in calculation, for example. And some may be good in calculation. They can calculate very fast, but they can't solve problems in the form of words or diagrams. So what is wrong with these children where they cannot grasp or they cannot cope up with word problems in mathematics? That is very common. Of course, we'll see what kind of thinking skills that they are lacking, and I will tell the parents the kind of thinking skill, whether it's critical thinking, creative thinking, mathematical thinking, which part of mathematical thinking that they are lacking. See? And we'll try to correct that through our seminar. I mean, we'll try to guide parents how to identify those thinking skills and those procedures, and how to overcome those procedures and thinking skills that they are weak in. Now, the next part is to how parents could help their children in mathematics. Once parents know how to evaluate or to assess students in mathematics, then comes how do we go about helping our children in mathematics through higher order thinking approach. There's been quite some time where parents think that when their children bring home homework, they solve the problems and for their children, and their children cannot learn much from the programs. See, so this is how we would like to rectify the idea of guiding our children in mathematics, so that at the end of the day, our children not only will manage their mathematics content well, but also they are able to think better and improve their learning process much more. Okay, that is about how to help. But there is another one where we will discuss, the topic that we want to discuss is on how to communicate ideas in mathematics. How do you train your children to communicate effectively in mathematics? What type of question you ask your children in mathematics that will enhance thinking skill or enhance higher order thinking skills? That is about communication. We'll talk more in the seminar. And communication play a very important role in the understanding of mathematics. If your children can communicate well, then they can understand mathematics better. The last part of our discussion in the seminar is about how to develop a culture of thinking through mathematics, through mathematical learning. How do you get your children to get involved in mathematics in everyday life, for example, in planning budgets, expenditures for certain months, of how do you go about explaining your students in a relaxed manner when you bring them out to outside world and see mathematics is around them. So by this way, we want our children to be creative, to be critical what's going on around them, and to be innovative. And of course, in the future, we want more thinkers and philosophers from our society. Thank you.